My name is Oak with Oak Astrology School, and I want to share more information about the Golden Rules for Chart Mastery series. And this one is a 5-part series. I haven't had anything at the school that is just kind of like intermediate level, but this one is definitely like you know a little bit of natal astrology, and now you're wanting to super refine and get to that level of essentially just being skillful, being masterful, really, really having strong command, strong language. This is a shorter series. It's 5 parts, and each of the parts is about 4 weeks. The first part is going to be the real meaning of the planets. And so, like I said, this is intermediate level. And if you're actually a beginner, you can go into this. You'll just be really, really blown away with like, wow, like all this information. There's supplementary lectures, and then there's also going to be the actual material of the course, which is this one is 5 weeks. We go through the outer planets, Jupiter through Pluto, and we're really approaching it from a lens that holds the personal, social, political, approaching things from a decolonized lens. And so this actually is very true to the ethos and kind of like the material itself of what Oak Astrology School represents. So this is going to be a really cool series. The next part of the Golden Rules series, this one will actually be titled Golden Rules. And this one has all of the steps that are needed to have very strong, very clear chart analysis. And so this one is going to just kind of get us to the point where we have this strong eyesight. We know exactly what we're looking at. We're not even flinching. There's no confusion. We know exactly what we need to look at in order to have good analysis. So that's what this course will be. And then the next series, the third part of this series, is going to be the healing course. Now, there's a difference between reading a chart, doing chart analysis, versus having an ability to suggest, having an ability to help your client with their process of healing. Those are two different things. And so this healing course specifically focuses on the healing aspect necessary to not only read, but to actually support, to be someone that is, giving advice. And this requires a lot of ethics too. So there's a lot of understanding of the ins and outs of the chart, how a chart operates through a lifetime in order to really talk about like, is this possible for you to suggest this thing for this client? And so this is helpful, even if you're not a practicing astrologer, it's amazing to think about what is the potentiality for healing when you're utilizing astrology for healing itself. So the fourth part of this series is going to be the technical course. And this one will focus primarily on aspects. And we're going to do a deep dive into aspects. We're going to strengthen our ability to identify aspects, but we're also going into other techniques that will just fortify your ability to read. If you have proficiency in reading a chart, but you have no idea what to do with aspects, then this will be supportive for you as well. So the fifth part of the lecture series is going to be the counseling course. And this is where we are going to really make sure that we have the ethics down, we know what we're looking at, we're putting it all together. Live consult is different from being able to identify things and being able to read. In the moment, meeting our client where we are, it requires a different type of skill. And sometimes it's not a matter of, how much you know, it's actually how you hold the space itself. And so this is a really important series. There's going to be a lot of live demonstration. There's going to be a lot of hands-on work as well. So I'm really excited about this series because I feel like this is very authentic to the way that I approach this work. I've been sharing these materials with Oak Astrology School for like the past 3+ years, and I'm growing and I'm developing, and now I'm having a new way of sharing the material. The natal program is amazing, but I think that this particular course, because it's like more intermediate focused, it is something for people who are just really needing that extra support. They're really wanting to kind of have that final crash course before they feel confident in their own counseling skills. This series is going to be super amazing, and it then lends you to going into the transits course, which it's one of my favorite courses as well. So if you have more questions, I know this was quite a bit of information, but feel free to email me. My email is okastrology@gmail.com. And thank you. on a personal note, I just want to say how much in love I am with teaching, how much I am in love with this work itself. And I hope that you find the right teachers and you find the right mentors, because this tradition is an oral tradition more than it is something that you read through a book. I mean, you could totally read through a book. You can learn astrology through a book, but there is something that comes alive when you have the right materials, when you have the right teacher. And it's a lot of it is oral transmission. A lot of it is being able to feel the energy. That's the thing about learning these planets, is that there is a vibrational download when you immerse yourself in this language that has so much energy. It changes you. And so I feel as though that is what I will be trying to capture, this frequency of how astrology is something that is alchemical when you learn it. That is what I'm trying to embody with this particular material. I mean, even all of my courses really do kind of hold that, but I think just this new series, it's going to really kind of have a lot of that. So feel free to email me if you have any questions. Thank you so much.